This is VFL Weekly Wrap, round 14. There was a game on Friday, an upset. Brisbane beat Tasmania by 61 points at Ipswich, 21-13, 139 to 11-12, 78. Brisbane took 52 more marks. The 7-game losing streak is over. They're off the bottom of the ladder now, Brisbane Lions. It's a setback for Tasmania. They put their top 4 chances in jeopardy with that loss. Now, Saturday games, Collingwood beat Richmond by 70 points at La Trobe University, Bundoora, 19-18, 132 to 19-62. This game got moved from Victoria Park. Collingwood ran away for it in the last quarter. 8 goals, 7 in the last quarter. Now for Collingwood, Angus Anderson, 30 possessions, 9 tackles, 11 clearances, 2 goals. Mitch Pajaski, he kicked 4 goals, also kicked 5 behinds. Could have been much more. Richmond have lost 3 in a row now. A morale boosting win for Collingwood. Both these teams ain't playing finals this year. Now, at Fankau's reserve, Southport got a much needed win against Williamstown by 49 points. They doubled them 14-14-98 to 7-7-49. Jacob Dawson for the Sharks, 31 possessions, 10 clearances, 2 goals. Southport is still alive. A setback for Williamstown. Now, an absolute belting in Blacktown, Sydney. Sydney smashed Sandringham by 133 points, 26-16, 172 to 5-9-39. Sydney won the inside 50 count, 75-28. Now for Sydney, Hayden McLean kicked 6 goals. Jevan Philplu kicked 5. Sandy's season's officially done now. That's the biggest win we've seen this year in the VFL. A close game at Box Hill City Oval. GWS upset Box Hill by 12 points. 17-6, 108 to 14-12, 96. Good kicking for goal. Box Hill had 3 more scoring shots but lost by 2 goals. Now for the Giants, Louis Montgomery kicked 5 goals. GWS have won 3 games in Melbourne this year, so they can play away. They're probably the dark horse for this league. Box Hill, their luck has finally run out. They've had some close wins. It's their first loss at home this year. 2 games on Sunday. I didn't go to a game on Sunday. 2 close ones. First one at Arden Street. North Melbourne beat Essendon by 3 points. 14-8-92 to 13-11-89. For Essendon, Elias Sardis, 36 possessions, 11 clearances. For North Melbourne, Matt Keese, 35 possessions, 7 clearances, 2 goals. Now, Essendon were 21 points up, 12 minutes in the last quarter. That's when they kicked their last goal. But North kicked the last 4 goals. Zach Badge kicked a goal with seconds remaining to pinch the win. That's a dagger in Essendon hearts. I don't think they'll make finals now. They really needed to win that. Now, North Melbourne at Arden Street this year, they haven't lost. 4 wins, 1 draw. They're back in action. Another thriller on Sunday, Northport Oval. Port Melbourne just beat Gold Coast by 6 points, 9-9-63 to 8-9-57. Port Melbourne in front for 100 minutes, Suns for 14 minutes. Now, Dom Bedendo, the forward for Port Melbourne, 20 possessions, 10 tackles, 2 goals. Their ruckman, Flynn Perry, 39 hitouts, 8 clearances. For the Suns, Cooper Bell, 31 hitouts, 11 tackles. He had 1 possession. Typical ruckman. Now, Port Melbourne have won 5 in a row at home. And look at their last 4 home games. They've won by 13, 4, 1 and 6. They're doing well, Port Melbourne. They expected to win this game quite comfortably, but they made hard work of it because the Suns were competitive. As I said, there's only 8 games. I only went to 1 game. That was on Saturday. That was at Princess Park. Werribee beat Carlton by 7 points. 9-12-66 to 8-11-59. Werribee 3 goals to nothing in the first quarter. 2 goals each in the second quarter. Carlton 2 goals to 1 in the third. In a it was both the team's best scoring quarter in the last quarter. Carlton 4 goals 2, Werribee 3 goals 5. The goal kicks for Werribee, Brady Wright, that man again, 4 goals. Anthony Di Pasquale kicked 2. He's done well since his comeback. For Carlton, 3 plays kicked 2 each. Flynn Young, Sam Payer, and Ashton Moy. Now, interestingly, Flynn Young and Sam Payer playing against their old side. And they actually won the flag for Werribee last time they played at Princes Park, 2024 Grand Final. So that was the last time Werribee played there. Now the possessions for Werribee, Don Brew, 23 possessions, 11 tackles. Sam Donegan, 23 possessions. Charlie Lazaro, 22 touches. Jack Riding, 21 possessions, 8 marks, 8 tackles. He had a good game, but he kicked 3 behinds. Brady Wright, with his 4 goals, took 9 marks. He was the difference again. And the ruckman, Adrian Kormun, 30 hit out, 6 clearances. For Carlton, Darcy Tucker, 28 possessions, 8 clearances. Cooper Lord, 28 possessions, 7 tackles and a goal. Ollie Hollands, 28 possessions, 9 marks. Lockie Fogarty, 27 possessions, 8 clearances. And the ruckman, Flynn Riley, 39 hitouts. Strangely, this was a 10 a.m. kickoff. The weather's been cold, there was rain, bit of mist, but went to the ground. The ground was in immaculate condition, hardly any wind at all. Obviously, it was a bit slippery underfoot because of the early start in the mist. And it just led to a mistake-riddled, fumbly sort of match. Both teams' attack just weren't good enough. Both defences were excellent. It was a hard game Werribee would have started favourites, no doubt in my mind, but this was going to be a close game. Carlton, a very good side at Princes Park. No easy beats there. Well, Werribee, 3 goals to nothing first quarter. Looked like Carlton's not going to do anything. It was such a low-scoring game. It was disappointing. It was a disappointing game, actually. Should have been a lot better. Carlton just tightened up. Look at it. 4 goals in the second quarter combined, just 3 in the third quarter. Carlton, for a minute, hit the lead in the last quarter. They hit the lead early in the last quarter for roughly 5 minutes, but Werribee regained the lead. There was that 7 or 8 minute period at the halfway mark of the last quarter where Werribee started to get on top. They kicked 2 goals too. They probably should have put them away by another goal or 2. But then Carlton kicked a couple to draw within the goal. And then Brady Wright, kicked the goal that mattered. And they won the game. Probably deserving winners, Werribee. But Carlton, very competitive, far from disgrace. They needed to win this game, Carlton. But Werribee are in good form. They just find ways to win, Werribee. And I must say, the crowd at that game, absolutely shit. I'll try and put a number on it. Mate, there wouldn't have been any more than 200 people at that ground. Hardly any Carlton fans. The Werribee fans didn't show up either. What is it, the cold weather? The drive to Princes Park? I know it's not the best of places to go to. Parking's a nightmare. Driving there's a nightmare. Getting in's a nightmare. It's a beautiful ground. It's a beautiful playing surface. I think the Werribee fans didn't show up as well. Carlton don't care. They didn't show up at all. They missed a very competitive game there. Now Werribee, their head-to-head Werribee lead Carlton 6-2. 4-1 at Princes Park. They've won their last 3 against Carlton. Werribee lost 3 important players to injury during the week. They lost Harry Grintle, Jake Smith and Zane Kieran. So that just weakened them a bit. Now Werribee are unbeaten in their last 6 games, a draw and 5 wins. They're outright second. Carlton have lost their last 5 games. That early form has just disappeared now. They have lost 3 games at Princes Park this year. So disappointment for Carlton. And that's despite Carlton winning the possession count, the mark count, the clearance, the tackles. Inside 50s were exactly the same. It was a cagey match, but Werribee got away with it. They got the win, but it wasn't that convincing. Okay, I'll move on from that. If you want to subscribe to my channel, go to Kirk Gench 8878. Press that like button. Now we'll look at the goal kickers. I'll go through a few here. Brody McLaughlin, 35. Mitch Bajaski, 34. Corey Elson, 32. Brady Wright, 30. Jaden Stevenson, 28. Hayden McLean, 26. Ryan Hebron, 26. Hugh Dixon, 25. Riley Hamilton, 25. And there's 4 players on 23. It's tied up there. The ladder, Geelong. Well, they're, what is it? 2.5 games clear. They're 11-1. Werribee, 8.5 wins. GWS and Box Hill are 8. Tasmania slipped down to 5th, 7.5 wins. Sydney are 7 wins in the top 6. The next 4 teams in the top 10 are standalones. Williamstown, Frankston, Coburg, Port Melbourne. Now they've got those teams with Sydney all on 7 and 5. Very close, isn't it? And the teams outside it, North Melbourne by half a game. North Melbourne and St Kilda, 6.5 wins. Southport are 6 wins. I honestly believe the rest are done. Carlton, Essendon, Casey all on 5 wins. Footscray, Collingwood, Sandy on 4. Richmond 3, Brisbane 2. Suns are bottom of the ladder now. They won a flag 3 years ago. They're 2 wins. Now, from 2nd to 12th, only separated by 2 games. From Werribee to St Kilda, that's half the teams. So it's still a fair income logjam. She's up for grabs now. I won't even bother getting to my gripe. I'll save for another time. Now, round 15, there are 10 games. 2 teams have the bye, North Melbourne and Sandringham. There's a game on Friday night. Should be interesting. Frankston at home against Geelong. This will test Frankston now. If Geelong's fair income, they'll put them away. They had the week off. Now, there are 6 games on Saturday. Interesting games. Now, Collingwood play Brisbane. This is at Coburg City Oval. I wanted to go to this, but I'm going to another game. Gold Coast play Sydney. Now, the game I'm definitely going to at Chirnside Park, Werribee and Southport. There's a double header there. The VFL W's after that. That's 11 o'clock start. Should be very interesting. Southport fighting for their finals hopes. Good game here. Tasmania against Box Hill. That's a top 4 clash right there. Richmond play Carlton. That's at Princes Park. Interesting game. Williamstown, Footscray, Point Jellybrand. There's 3 games on Sunday. GWS play Coburg. Casey against Port Melbourne. The game I'm going to go to is at Windy Hill. Essendon, St Kilda. I'll probably hit that AFL game after that too. So there's some mouth-watering matches there. Mate, it was another excellent week of VFL. See you in round 15.